HSBC, their VIP tent there as well. I paid that a quick visit last night, very pleasant indeed. This is this evening, and the fans have plenty to do, I can tell you, outside the stadium in the fan zone. Lovely area to go and visit, but of course there is a brilliant badminton inside the stadium, and you don't want to miss a shuttle being struck. So just one more match to come this evening on the last of the group matches before the semi-finals tomorrow. And our last match is men's doubles, and it's actually a repeat of last year's final at the World Tour finals. It's the defending champions and former world champions Lee Junhui and Liu Chen up against Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe. So here the defending champions won last year's final. It has to be said that Endo had injured his right calf muscle. There's Endo in the background there. He's the right-hander of the two Japanese players. And as far as this group is concerned, well, you can see that Endo and Watanabe have won both of their matches so far, but it is still up for grabs who are going to qualify for the semi-finals tomorrow. What's interesting about this group is that all four pairs have contested the final at the end of season championships. It really is extraordinary. In fact, we started out with 5 pairs who had all contested at least one final at the end of season championships. The Sun and Setia won in Group B, the other pair. But this is a really strong group, and it is far from decided, so there's everything to play for right now in the match we are about to witness. Well, when you look at the career win-loss records for Lee Junhui and Liu Chen, that translates into 25 career finals, having won 14 career titles, 2 of them this year. For Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe, they've played much less matches because they only formed their partnership after the Rio Olympic Games. But they have been in 7 finals, winning 3 titles, 2 of them this year. So a loud cheer for the defending champions, Lee Junhui and Liu Chen. When they won the title a year ago, they won the title when they hadn't won a World Tour title all year. The World Tour finals was their first World Tour title of 2018. So to the left and right-handed combination, the number 6 seeds here, Endo and Watanabe, actually finished the race to Guangzhou ranked number 7. But there was 3 Indonesian pairs in the top 8, and you're only allowed 2 per nation. So the number 6 pair on the list weren't allowed to compete, hence the elevation in seeded position for Endo and Watanabe. 9th meeting between these 2 pairs, as you saw. Honours are shared so far, 4 wins apiece, but the last time they met, it was Endo and Watanabe that won in 3 thrilling games in the quarter-final of the French Super 750. 21-9 in the deciding game. It was a one-sided deciding game, and I can remember watching some astonishing rallies in Paris between these 2 pairs. So to the tallest man on court, Lee Junhui is 24 years of age, born in Anshan City in Liaoning province. Currently number 3 on the world ranking, but he and his partner did spend a total of 10 weeks across 3 different spells as world number 1s. Liu Chen is 24, born in the Chinese capital, Beijing, and their 2 titles this year are the Malaysian Open and the Macau Open as well. They also reached the final of the Thailand Super 500. Now, in Wednesday's match, they lost to the 2017 winners, Gideon and Sulkamolio, in 3 games. And then yesterday, beat the beaten finalists from 2016, Kimura and Sonoda. They beat them in 3 games. So to the oldest man on court, currently 32 years of age, but if he reaches the final on finals day, he'll be 33. I do beg your pardon, I've got that wrong. He'll be 33 on Monday, not on Sunday. It'd be a very nice early birthday present, and if he was in the final once again, wasn't he? Still as a 32-year-old. Has been as high as number 2 on the world ranking, ENDO, with his former partner, Kenichi Hayakawa. Yuta Watanabe, the only player in this year's tournament who qualified in 2 disciplines. Already through to the semi-final of the mixed doubles, the 22-year-old left-hander. And they have won both of their matches so far. The Kimura and Sonoda, their teammates, on Wednesday in 2 straight games. And then beat Gideon and Sulkamolio yesterday. And I think that's is that the 4th or the 5th consecutive time this year that ENDO and Watanabe have beaten the world number 1s, Gideon and Sulkamolio? This year, that is.
This year?
Yeah, I think they've beaten them every time they've played this year, haven't they? You want to check that for me, please, Steen? So our court officials for this one is Henrik Boas from Denmark and Fabio Betto from Italy. Yes, I think ENDO and Watanabe have got an incredible record against Gideon and Sulkamolio in 2019.
I bet it is 3.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I'll just wait for the umpire.
3 wins. Last 3.
So it's 4 wins. It's 4 wins now.
Yeah, 4 wins.
All in 2019.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yuta Watanabe to serve. To Lee Jun-hui. Level. Play.
So the Japanese combination of Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe. Well, ominous start, isn't it? And the funny thing is that I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see Hiroyuki Endo and whether he's found the confidence again with his low serve. First serve of the match, service error from Watanabe. Good rally. It was the change of pace from the left-hander that deceived Liu Chen. Oh my goodness, that looked really awkward. What on earth happened there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
3-2.
Did you call one of these pairs in yesterday's match?
Yes. No. I think it was the day before.
ENDO, wait. 3, 2.
That was the day before. No.
No, you called.
They called LIU against Takeshi Komura and Keiko Sonoda yesterday.
Yeah.
3-game win.
I thought you must have. Yeah.
Yeah.
4, 2.
Used their
Because we called
power.
their first
Called
match.
the first match against
Yeah.
Gideon and Sukamuljo. And the thing here is that Endo and Watanabe, they need to win at least one game to be qualified for the semi-final, or if they lose in straight games, then they need Gideon and Sukamuljo to lose in straight games to their compatriots Komura and Sonoda. Then Endo and Watanabe will be through. Lee and LIU, they need to go one better than Gideon and Sukamuljo. That means if Gideon and Sukamuljo wins 2-1, they need to win in straight games here. And Sonoda and Komura, if they are to win, they need Endo and Watanabe to win in straight games, and they need to win in straight games themselves.
So it is quite complicated.
Quite complicated. Hopefully in for a thriller.
Yeah. Nice placement on the return of serve.
To make it a little bit easier just for this match here. If Endo and Watanabe wins one game, they're in, and if Lee and LIU wins the match, they're in.
Yeah.
100%.
6, 5.
It's well left.
It's over. 6, all.
Oh, good defense. What a good rally. Oh, good block. Fabulous badminton. Amazing. What a rally. Well, Tan Kin He, despite the fact that his men won the rally, still shouting instructions, something about moving from side to side.
Yeah, I think the plan is to move them in the attack, get the two tall Chinese players to move before they can attack, so they can't get the steep angle on their attack. Then Watanabe and Endo, they've got an easier task in the defense of playing flat past the front court player.
Yeah, it was a jamming smash. It's difficult for the tall athletes to get themselves out of the way of the flight of the shuttle, to actually give themselves the freedom to play the defensive shot. Oh, that's too flat. It's gone long. Nicknamed the Twin Towers in the world of badminton. Chinese players, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, they look alike. Like twins. Oh, that's a fantastic defense.
Brilliant rally again. Oh, that is sensational. As you were pointing out, Steen, unbelievable defence from this man, Watanabe. But that final drop shot, take a look at this. The Chinese left stranded.
And it's impressive that they withstand the defense on the far side of the court, where Li and LIU are getting a little bit help from the drift alongside the court here. We saw it yesterday where in the match against Sukamurio and Gideon, we were down in clearing exchanges, apparently because they couldn't penetrate the Indonesians, they couldn't penetrate the Japanese defense.
Well, the Japanese, combination of Endo and Watanabe, on a run of 4 straight points, have a 3-point advantage at the mid-game interval. Look at the defence again. You see how much easier it is for the smaller players, shorter players, to just sway the body, get out of the way, and freedom to play that defensive shot. So difficult for the tall athletes.
Probably the cleverest men's doubles at the moment, Watanabe and Endo, and especially Endo seems to be utilizing his experience from the years he played with Hayakawa. There's a nice calmness over them.
Yes, yeah.
Not getting carried away with one good rally or one bad rally, but going about the business.
That's well left.
And we can see there's definitely still drift alongside the court.
So it's a run of 5 straight points now for the Japanese pair. Good reactions. from ENDO. He's actually contested 2 finals at the end of season championship. Because in 2012, he was beaten in the final when playing with Hayakawa, lost to Bowen Mogensen. Japanese pair are on a real run at the moment, aren't they?
14-9.
7 of the last 8 points.
That's well judged by Endo. He didn't make a move for that one, and Watanabe was on his way to cover for him before he realized that it was going long.
Seven, 8 down to 15-9 up. That's 16-9 up. 9 of 10 points. Oh, good anticipation.
They're on the move constantly, Lee and LIU.
Oh, brilliant defense again. What a good rally. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Fantastic. Oh, don't believe it. Well, that's the rally of the match so far. Extraordinary. He got his racket to that, you know. Absolutely amazing. 82 shots. 82 fantastic shots.
Yeah.
Good reactions from ENDO.
17-10.
Oh, fault receiver moving before the serve was struck.
It's very often a wrong call when you go back, download the video and go frame by frame. But he did look fast this time.
He put that away with venom. Yeah, there's no way that one was coming back.
11-18.
Oh, that's way, way long again.
19-11.
So, by our calculations, 2 points away from booking their place in the semi-finals, because as Steen was saying, Endo and Watanabe, if they win a game within this match, they guarantee their semi-final berth. But I'm sure they won't be satisfied with just a game.
Watanabe hasn't lost a match yet in this World Tour final series.
Yeah,
In
two
the mixed
disciplines.
men's doubles.
That's impressive, isn't it?
That's in.
Yeah, clearly. And game point opportunities.
20, game point 11.
Oh, unbelievable.
There's the clear.
12-20.
Has gone way long. Opening game, 21-12 to Endo and Watanabe.
First game.
And there's a chorus of mutterings going around the Tianhe Gymnasium here from the fans.
12.
But I have to say, Endo and Watanabe, from that 7-8 deficit, from that moment on, they were absolutely superb. 21-12, the opening game, in 18 minutes.
Dry straight. No cross drive. No cross drive. Cross only high lift. Huh? Okay. Same. You drive. Okay. Up. Drive. Okay. Up. Okay. Then I think many lift. No good. Drop. One drop. Lift. Very good. Fast finish.
分开打没问题，啊，加油啊，耐心啊，1分不，这咱们就是要耐心，没什么。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game. The all. Play.
Well, Endo and Watanabe looking incredibly impressive in that opening game. Yeah, it's going to be a bit different this end of the court. Shuttle's going to hold up with the drift, as Endo has just discovered. He must have realised that by now. This is the third day he's played in here.
Over 1-4.
Fault was called for a double hit. Must have touched Endo.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, good spot by the umpire.
Court.
That's clever.
Over. 2-all. Three, two. Three, all.
Yeah.
Clever play again by Endo. Good placement from the front court there.
Oh, now I did think that Liu Chen moved before the serve was struck. I thought then he was trying to adjust his balance. I thought he was losing his balance and he moved, and
Yeah, then it's a fault.
then it's a fault. Well, it wasn't spotted by the umpire. Yes. Yeah, they're unwavering in their support, the home fans here.
And for Li and Liu, they no longer control their own destiny. They've got to win this match, and then they have to hope that Gideon and Sukamuljo cannot win in straight games in their match against Komura and Sonoda on court 2 later on. I guess Endo and Watanabe, they're now playing to help their fellow countrymen and get off the court as quick as possible. We'll be looking to finish this in straight games, I would think. Oi, was that a tumble serve, or was it a badly hit low serve from Watanabe?
I'm not sure.
No, it was
Yes,
a tumble.
It was a tumble. You're right. Great spot. Oh, yes. Into the right hip of Liu Chen. And things are looking a little bleak for the defending champions at the moment. And another tumble serve.
10-4. Serves over.
Well, if they could have a little run of points right now, I think it's very important that they try and close down this gap before the mid-game interval. Not necessarily close it completely, but give themselves the belief that they can come back in this second game. Chinese pair, but that's just utterly brilliant. Utterly brilliant from
They're
Yuka
getting
Watanabe.
outplayed at the moment.
Yeah.
Which must raise concerns coming forward, going into the year of the Olympics.
It's just a delightful shot, isn't it? 11-5, the advantage for this Japanese pair.
Defend, good chance, drive, mixed double stop. Huh?
Christine, I was mentioning that
I
Hiroyuki Endo
cannot smell.
had been in 2 finals, his first with Kawakawa in 2012, lost out to Bo and Mogensen. Now get your tissue ready, because I'm going to upset you, because it actually raises a point about Danish men's doubles, because prior to this year, Danish men's doubles pairs, at least one Danish men's doubles pair had reached 10 consecutive semi-finals at the end of season championships. And this year is the first time ever since the inception of the Super Series and the first Super Series finals, which was 2008, that Denmark has not qualified a men's doubles pair for the finals.
Yeah, that's not good. It's an open wound. It's really hurting that there's been a breach in that row of strong men's doubles pairs at the moment. Definitely struggling.
Oh, both the Japanese players are playing so well at the moment.
12-6.
Extraordinary.
13-6.
Watanabe's got the Midas touch at the moment.
It's strange with this Chinese pair here, because I feel they haven't really played well for a long time, and so I started to check their tournament results, and they won Macau Open and Malaysia Open. That's the only 2 tournaments, as you mentioned in the beginning. But they reached quarterfinals in all of the others, at least. No, that's not true. Not all England lost the first round. But they've actually been reasonably consistent. It's just that I've at least had so big expectations for this pair that I feel that at the moment they're underperforming. And I was sitting thinking to myself, this won't be able to continue after the Olympics. They've got to come up with something else, but they have actually played reasonably well. It's just hasn't resulted in titles, at least not as many as I would have expected.
No, I agree.
And also because this man here, Liu Chen, in my opinion, has developed tremendously and is now the leading player in the double.
Yeah, in this partnership, yeah.
And I don't think that was the case when they won the World Championships. I think he was the weak part back then. If you can talk about the weak part, he was the second best in the very, very strong combination.
Brilliant. That's going wide. Time is running out for the defending champions.
16-9.
We talked about the Danish men's doubles that were struggling, and of course they're struggling more than China, but China's also dropped in level, in my opinion. They've got 5, 6 really strong men's doubles pairs, but only a few of them are winning tournaments. We saw He Jiting and Tan Kiang win their first World Tour tournament recently, but apart from that, they're not dominating, which I would have expected 9 months ago or so, that these really strong 4 pairs that they had, that they would help each other to dominate the circuit. That's not been the case.
Yeah. Well, they're just 2 points away, last year's winners, from losing their crown.
That means that Gideon and Sukamulya will need 1 game to move on to the semi-finals. Komuro and Sonoda will have to win in straight games for them to qualify alongside Watanabe and ENDO.
And ENDO and Watanabe, with a great performance today, book their place in the semi-final in style, winning in 2 straight games against last year's champions in a repeat of last year's final, but obviously a different result to last year. 21-12, 21-11, the final rally, and it all happened rather quickly, just 35 minutes, but it was all due really to the superb play of ENDO and Watanabe. So their confirmation of the score, 21-12, 21-11, 35 minutes. So job well done, Yuta Watanabe, as Steve was saying. He played 6 matches so far across the 2 disciplines. He's won all 6 matches that he's played. Well, this is what's happened this evening in the last of the group matches on court number 1. Chen Yufei, the number 1 seed, beating the winner from 2 years ago, Akane Yamaguchi, in a little under 30 minutes, 21-14, 21-10. Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping, the defending champions, reversed the result of the World Championships semi-final earlier this year, beating the World Championships silver medalists Puavaranukroh and Teurat Tanachai. They were very comfortably up in the second game, but it all got rather tight, didn't it? 22-20. Then the two-time reigning world champions, Matsumoto and Nagahara. This women's doubles was a straight competition. Whoever won this match would qualify, and it was the world champions in 2 straight games. Kento Momota, well, he looked as impressive as he has earlier on this week in beating Jonathan Christie, the Asian Games gold medalist, in 2 straight games of 14-14. And as we've just seen in a repeat of last year's final, Endo and Watanabe reversing the result of last year's final, and in the process sending the defending champions out of this year's tournament, 21-12, 21-11. Well, when we look at all the groups, because of course today was the last of the group matches, we can see in Group A that Kento Momota has definitely qualified. We think by our calculations that Wang Suwei, who's in the middle of his match against Antonsson, because it's gone to 3 games, he will probably qualify as well. But we'll wait for the BWF to confirm that. But we can confirm Group B, and it is Chen Long and Anthony Ginting who qualify from Group B. When we look at the women's singles, incidentally, I think that it was actually Anthony Ginting who was top of Group B. When we look at the women's singles, Group A was very simple. We knew that from our first match this evening. Whoever won between Chen Yufei and Akane Yamaguchi topped the group, and the other one came second, which means that Pusala Venkata Sindhu, last year's champion and the reigning world champion, is out of this year's tournament. In Group B, Nozumi Okuhara has topped the group, and the current world #1, Tai Su Ying, 3 times already a finalist at the end of season championship, twice a champion. She's also through to the semi-final stage. Men's doubles, well, this is still not decided, but we do know that Endo and Watanabe top the group because they've played 3 matches and won 3 matches, but we don't know whether it's going to be Gideon and Sukamolio or Komura and Sonoda who will join them in the semi-final stage. We know about Group B, and that is that Li Yang and Wang Qilin in his 2nd consecutive semi-final with a different partner this year from last year. They topped the group by beating Mohamed Hassan and Hendro Setiwan, the reigning world champions and 2-time former champions here in their decider. Women's doubles, well, we know that Fukushima and Hirota, the beaten finalists from 2 years ago, they are top of the group, beating the 2016 winners, Chen Xingcheng and Jia Yifan. That match today just decided which was going to be the top of the group and which would be second. In Group B, Li So-hee and Shin Sang-chan, last year's runners-up, they topped the group, and Matsumoto and Nagahara, by beating Kim and Kong earlier today, confirmed their place for the semi-final stage as well. So the mixed doubles, well, in Group A, the defending champions Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping, in our match that we saw earlier today, beat the #1 seeds Puavaranukroh and Teurat Tanachai, and in doing so topped the group. Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino won all of their matches in Group B. Zheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong, who are the 2-time reigning world champions, they had to win their match today, and they managed to do so. So they've booked their place in the semi-finals tomorrow as well. So semi-finals tomorrow, 2 sessions like today. The first session is 11 AM local time, 0300 GMT. Second session, 6 o'clock local time, 1000 GMT. From Steen and myself, Jill Clark. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.